All right, guys. Hello, everybody. Welcome again today. I'm your girl, Onyeka Okonkwo, and I break down big money issues into tiny things that you can actually achieve for yourself every day. It's that time of the year. Well, the year is just starting where we make big, audacious, bodacious, scary plans for ourselves about how we want to make our finances better. The big plans of building the house, buying the car, going to some expensive Ivy League school, and you have no idea how to achieve any of this. But dreams are good. Dreams tell us that there is something ahead that we can hope forward to and look forward to and just achieve, and we can have it, and it's going to magically make all our lives better. It's not, but it's nice to dream it anyway. And sometimes we just have big problems thinking of how to achieve all those big plans we have. Well, my goal today is to help you make those big, big, big plans you've already written down for yourself 31st December, or maybe you did it today, 1st of January 2022. And we're going to make them just a tad, no, not a tad. We're going to make them really, really small so that you can achieve each and every one of them every day. That's how I see things really, and that's how life really is. You have big plans, you need to set smaller targets that are easily achievable, and the small plans you make, the small decisions you make, the small steps you take compound and become something much bigger at the end of the year. And one day you just realize, oh my god, that mansion right there belongs to me. Yes, because you did it. All right, let's get started. First things first, you need to have what those plans are. You want to dream big, knock yourself out. You have plans to own a space shuttle. That's awesome. Have that. Write all those big plans you have down somewhere. Have a book of dreams. I love book of dreams. I have a book of dreams. Any plan that any desire I want that just pops into my head, I write it down. You remember some Disney channel we watched a long time ago that says, if you think it in your mind and believe it in your heart, the dreams that you dream will come true. I think that is true most times. But after dreaming in your mind, your heart, and thinking and everything, you need to step out there and do that stuff you say you're going to do. Period. So today, let's look a bit about thinking about how we're going to make our big plans smaller. Say, for instance, you have a plan to invest more in the stock market. Maybe you've never invested in stock before. You want to understand it a bit more. That's a good plan. Maybe you've only been investing in very low risk assets, putting your money in some savings accounts with 2% interest rates, allowing inflation to really eat deep into all that money you have. Well, this year is a good time to decide, I ain't doing that stuff no more. This year, I'm going to make better financial decisions. I'm going to make more gains from my investment choices. I'm going to dive a bit deeper into taking risky investments. Calculated, sensible, risky investments. Remember that every form of investment has risk involved. Your 2% savings account is hitting you with inflation every single day. Yes, which means that the purchasing power you had yesterday is completely different from what you have next week. Trust me, it's true. And maybe you've made some careless investment decisions in the last year and you lost so much money. Well, now is a good time to plan, to soft pedal a bit, take less risk, make more calculated risk, understand how due diligence is necessary when you make investment decisions, and just do the right things for yourself. Money is important. There's so many videos out there teaching you how to make $1,000 in 2 days or how to make $100 every day. That's great. But something we don't put a lot of attention to is how to preserve the money that we make. Risk management is important. So maybe this year you want to decide, you want to understand a bit more about risk management. I'll be covering most of that on this channel. So just stick around and learn a bit more about personal finance and investment. All right, so now you have your plans written down. I hope you have your plans written down. Really write everything down. Nothing is too silly to have as a plan. Put it all down there. The next thing you want to do is to take each plan and chop it up into tiny pieces. Think of it like you're chopping carrots for fried rice. I know you love food. All right, so make it smaller. If you want to make 1,000 naira at the end of January 2022, I know 1,000 is too small, hypothetically, right? You need to think to yourself, how much do I need to save on a daily basis or on a weekly basis to get that done? There are 31 days in a month, and there are 4 weeks in a month. So ask yourself, if I divide 1,000 naira by 4, that tells you how much you need to save per week. If I divide 1,000 naira by 30 days or 31 days, that tells you how much you are going to save per day to reach that goal. So these are the kind of things you need to think about while you're making your decisions. How do I make the big plans smaller? And how do I take steps every day to make it happen? December 2022 looks so far away. So if you make decisions and you make plans in the long term like that, without making smaller plans to achieve them, you may never even do anything. And December comes and you realize you're exactly where you were in January 1. This is the reason why making smaller plans and smaller targeted steps every day, every week is important. And you set milestones to capture just how much steps you've made and how much impact you've made for yourself. The next thing we need to do is to find the resources we need to make these things easier for us. Now imagine you are trying to travel from Lagos to Anambra State. You could walk, and maybe you get there in a couple of weeks, maybe. You could charter a vehicle and you could drive there. Deal with the bumpy road, but at least you're moving at a faster pace. In this case, you might get there in a couple of hours. Or you can book a flight and take the plane, and this way you can get there in mere minutes if the flight is not delayed. Anyway, so the next thing we need to do is, while we chop up these plans into smaller steps, we also need to consider the resources that we need to get to that point. If you want to start investing in the US stock market right here in Nigeria, from Nigeria, there are so many fintech companies right now that gives that opportunity for these things to be done. Download the apps on your phone, register on them, do your KYC, and start investing. There is no big plan. That's why, people think about investing in the US and it looks like it's such a big deal and something you cannot achieve. Well, that's not true. I began investing in the US stock market in 2019, and it's been like the best decision I have made. By 2020, I was actively doing a lot of stuff in the stock market, and I was happy with the decision I had made at that point. You can do it right on your mobile phone. You don't need to stress opening a brokerage account somewhere else or traveling to the US to do any of those things. Technology is so beautiful, it makes things easier. So take advantage of that. Some of the apps I use and some of the apps out there, this is not a general recommendation, so please, your due diligence is important. We have the Bamboo app, we have Trove, and we have Chaka. I think there is Passfolio too for investing in the US stock market. Trove also gives you access to a couple of Asian stocks, so you can also invest in those. If you want to invest in the Nigerian market, then you can think about using some of your regular local brokerages offer applications. So you may choose to invest by yourself, or you may choose to get the services of a broker who will make your investment decisions for you. Whichever way you choose to do it, it's all good. Know the pros and the cons. I'll try to cover this in a subsequent video, and then you can make your investor decisions. So that's one resource. Have the apps available. The next resource you should think of is having a community of people around you who can help you, motivate you, and encourage you on this journey you are going on. What kind of communities do you need? If you invest in the stock market in the US, you can find a US stock community. All the people, some of them are your friends who want to go on this journey with you. Start an investment club, have everyone together, discuss the plans you're making. A lot of these apps I mentioned also have their own community on Telegram, so you can join this community too, and should encourage you, give you some educational materials, things you can study and things you can learn to make the right decisions for yourself. Remember that whatever information someone puts there does not constitute financial advice. So take everything with a pinch of salt and just make the right decisions for yourself after conducting your own due diligence. So communities are important. If you want to start investing in crypto, the Binance app is available. I love Binance because it has so many features, and you have options to use the pro version or the light version if you're a new investor. And some of the things that just look like you don't know what's going on. They make it a lot easier for you, and there's so much on the app to also make use of. Again, I'll do another video in the future about using Binance and how to navigate the app and use the app. So these are some of the resources you need. Get a community, very important. I have a community. 2, you want to be able to have the apps you need right there on your mobile phone for ease of access and ease of use. Another resource that you should also consider and think about is automating some of the tasks you need to perform. If you want to start saving maybe 10 to 20% of your salary every month, automate that. Go to your bank app right now and set up an automated debit to your account. You pick the account it's going to move into, set it up, and at a particular date every month, that amount of money you've set up, which could be 20% of your income, moves into the next account. I do not advise putting money in a savings account if you're in Nigeria, because the interest rates are usually very, very low. So, but to invest, you need to build up your savings and then you can invest. So maybe your goal last year was to save more. Well, your goal this year could also now be to take it a step further and start investing. I believe that goals per year should be progressive. So don't stay where you were last year. If you were somewhere last year and you did really good job sticking to the plans you made, this year take it up a notch and move to the next level in your goals and in your dreams. And I believe that this will be very, very pivotal in your financial life and the financial decisions you make. Again, start small and gradually grow. Your small steps begin to compound over time. Don't worry about if you're seeing changes now or not. By the time you get to the half time of the year, by July, you realize you have made so much gain in just this little thing you began to do in January. So think of it this way. The next thing you need to do beyond setting those goals, number 1, remember, write your goals down. The next thing you were asked to do again was to make it easy for yourself by setting up the resources that you need, getting the right community, automating some of the tasks you need. The third thing you should do is to just go right ahead and do what you say you're going to do. Many people never get to the doing part. You plan it, it's all done on papers, it's all right there in your mind, but you just don't do it. So do it. If you don't have those apps right now, make it a plan to do it today. In fact, you can pause this video, you're permitted to do that, and go download those apps and register on them immediately. So do the things you say you were going to do. Do them well and do them right. I believe and I hope that this video has been helpful to you. A goal is not a goal if it doesn't get achieved. You don't just wish it into existence. You have to do something about it to make it come to pass. So step out of there right now and make those plans a reality. Make those goals a reality. Do the things you want to do the things you plan to do. Write them down, run with it every day. Make the decision to do something about your goals. And I believe and I promise you that by the time this year comes to an end, you would have achieved so much remarkable progress. You'll be surprised with yourself. And I'm very sure I'll be very proud of you. So, all right, guys, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share this video with all the people who might need it. And look forward to subsequent videos on my channel where I'll be sharing, talking about money matters, personal finance, and making investments. I believe this year you will think the right thoughts, you will make the right decisions, your choices will be the right choices because you were smart, you believe in yourself, and I believe to you. I believe in you guys. Happy New Year. Enjoy a remarkable 2022. Go out there and crush everything. Bye.